Yeah, that's us guys, we're back.
I did say I'll pull the pints. Remember me to turn the volume up. Right, give 30 seconds. Hello, and welcome along to the Gers TV. My name's Si Leslie.
And I'm Sandra Game. I'm glad you could join us, guys.
Right, we need thumbs here first of all. Right, I know
right, can you hear us now?
30 seconds behind, but I forgot to put the volume on that.
Better.
No, that's us. Perfect, guys.
Right, yeah, us now.
For everybody that doesn't know, there's one person on the feed said they didn't know the information. So just so you, for anybody that doesn't know it, Rangers today have announced that Steven Gerrard has left the club after 4 years at the club. He's now the manager of Aston Villa. So it's a wee reactionary video, chat, give everybody their say on it, and we'll take calls and have we'll talk about the future. First of all, just one thing I'm going to ask for, don't want to be banning Rangers fans or anything else from the feed, but just keep it decent. There's been people arguing all day on Facebook, social media, insulting each other. We don't want that.
Somebody's got a different between themselves.
If they've got a different opinion, just leave it at that. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. So I'll start with my opinion and then we'll take you for it. I was devastated, I must admit, this morning. I didn't believe that he would leave the club even last night. He's left us in a really, really bad time. But my biggest issue personally, I don't have a problem with leaving. I think anybody that wants to, if they believe better themselves, or move on. We've all done it with a job in the past. We've done things, we've made decisions, what you think is right, whether they're right or wrong, you've got to move on with it. He's never been a Rangers man, he's a Liverpool man, and he wants to manage Liverpool, so he's made a decision that he thinks is right. He's left us in a better position than what he was when we first came to the club. As a manager, when he was the manager of the club, he acted with dignity, he behaved in the Rangers way, he made us a better team, and he brought us great players. He got us a lot of international attention as well, and he made us a force in Europe again. That said, I'm extremely disappointed in the way he left. I think the timing is what upsets the Rangers support.
Yep.
The way he never even told the fans, so there wasn't a send off or anything, and he's now moved overnight. He's done a moonlight, as you call it. He's gone. He's went to Aston Villa, a smaller club, a big league, biggest league in the world. The smell like a pantomime league at times, though. It's just all about money. And I think he's made the biggest mistake of his life, football-wise. However, he's made that mistake, and I think what we should do as a club is move on as soon as possible, get a new manager in. He's put us in a bad position because Celtic's get a massive boost out of this, and they'll think this is great. But if we get the right man, who I think is Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, if we get the right man with the right team behind us, we beat Hibs, we're then looking for the first trophy, the League Cup. We're top of the league, we're in Europe, good chance of getting through to the next stage of Europa groups. By the time January comes, Stevie G's got 6 games to play that are really hard. He could be looking at the sack, he could be looking under extreme pressure, and the new manager could be the new saviour. So I don't think it's as bad as what we thought at first. That's my own opinion. When we lost Bill Struth, we rose above it, we carried on. When we lost guys like Graham Souness, Walter Smith stepped in.
Yep.
We've lost great players, great people have left the club at different times. The Gers go marching on.
That's it.
It's not about what you think, guys, but personally I think it might be just a blessing in disguise. However, I'm bitterly disappointed in the way that he left and when he left. That's my view.
I must admit, I think that's what's hurt a lot of people, is what he's done.
Yep.
Halfway through. Do you know what I mean? We've still got a lot at stake at Rangers, and he's left us kind of in the lurch. I feel sorry for the players.
Aye.
I feel they've just kind of left them in the dark and all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the timing's definitely what seems to hurt me the most with it. The other thing I'll say here, and I'm not being bitter about it because I genuinely do not care about English football. I don't have a team, and I might be wrong here. And if I'm wrong, fair enough. I believe that he did have the potential that because he's a Liverpool fan and a Liverpool legend, that he had the potential of becoming the next Liverpool manager. Not the next Liverpool manager, a Liverpool manager at some time. I think that's just gone now. I don't think he's going to ever be the Liverpool manager now. He's went to a team that, let's be honest, anybody that would pick Aston Villa over Rangers,
I know.
It's laughable at times, but it's just happened, and I think I can't see how he'll ever become the Liverpool manager now. So, unfortunately, that he'll mend him if that does happen. All that we care about is the future of
what's happening in the Rangers, yep.
Loads on the feed, but we'll go back and start with them first.
Whoever the manager is, we need to get behind him 100%, guys.
I'll help you with these because there's loads.
Right,
Don't worry about no sound. There's loads.
Right, we'll start for here.
Aye.
It was the way, right. The way the club handled this was pathetic. We back the club and team through and through, pay thousands, even sacrifice stuff to go see them play. Get treated like that, what a shambles. Was well known beforehand. Sky Sports announcing it before the club as well. Enjoy no chance of Champions League or a decent European run. He will never walk into the crowd like a crowd at Ibrox on a match day. I agree with that. I don't believe that Villa is any better than Rangers. Rangers is a massive club, so I don't understand it. I was gutted this morning, but you need to just take it and move on.
The first thing I thought when I heard about it, right, and everybody will probably agree with this, see in 10 years' time, if anybody meets Steven Gerrard or talks to him or whatever's happened in his life, at no point is anybody ever going to turn around and say anywhere in the world, oh, you used to be the manager of Aston Villa. People will say you were the manager of Rangers, but they won't say you were the manager of Aston Villa.
I heard on the news tonight, the end of the news was he'll always be remembered for winning the 55 title. No, we'll always remember the Rangers fans for how he left.
The way he left will definitely leave us sour taste in the mouth. The other thing I don't like is that the way they're wording it, and a lot of people saying he gave us 55 and things like that.
Didn't he give us 55? He won it.
First of all, the team, the players, the management, they all done their bit for that. But the way that worded as if he won the whole 55 titles, he won one title. if you put it into perspective, now I said this 2 years ago, if Steven Gerrard wasn't Steven Gerrard and was a different manager 2 years ago, he'd done 6 trophies and won nothing. I said at the time he would have been out the door.
You said last year this is too.
I did say it as well before he won the league last year, he's lucky to be in a job. He's won 1 trophy
out of 9.
Out of 9. Is that a successful manager? Forget the fact that we all wanted to win that 55th title. We all wanted it. But let's not change history. He was a good manager with the potential of winning the treble this year, and he could have been a great manager, but he's left, and I believe that he's left as he's been a good manager and no more than that. But I wouldn't class him as a legend in the States or anything like that.
I actually thought he had more substance to him than what he actually has. I was disappointed in him today, his actions.
Well, the thing about, I've always classed him as a winner. I've always thought he's a winner mentality. If you're a winner, you don't leave Rangers and go to Aston Villa. You don't go to Aston Villa.
But you don't leave in that way.
It's a wee bit sneaky about it. But listen, he's left. He's got to go and pastors now. I've seen the club of Western well and said that he's welcome at the club at any time. I found that strange, to be honest, that statement, because why would they've never said that any of the managers in the past are not going to be welcome, so I don't know why they said that. And I thought it was a bit patronising as well, just before I finish, when Gerrard done the tweet or whatever you want to call it on Facebook, social media, where he declared that he'll always be a Rangers fan and love the club forever. Well, if you're a multi-millionaire who doesn't need to work tomorrow, doesn't need to work ever again, and you can be the manager of Rangers, you wouldn't leave and go to Aston Villa. I don't mind somebody saying I like the club or anything else, but don't patronise it. See the guys that go up at 5 in the morning for Northern Ireland to go to Rangers games, the guy that's on the brew that goes to Rangers games, people spend their last penny, season ticket holders, that's Rangers fans, so don't patronise us. But anyway, let's carry on with the feed.
Right, sorry to Gerrard go. He stopped 10 in a row, mission accomplished. Always the Rangers for me. I personally feel mugged off by Gerrard, Billy McDonald. Who scares me is that we're going to lose a lot of players. I actually said this to you earlier. What if he entices a lot of your players away, like Kent, for starters?
I'm really not worried about that for the simple reason he needs to make it in the first 6 months. See if he's not success by January. I don't know if they'll give him the money that everybody thinks, because that English league, they sacked their manager well recently. He was a good manager. They sacked him very quickly. There's no guarantee that he's going to be in a job for a year to be taking my players. The players are there till January now. Don't get me wrong, if he wants Goldson, they can get him now. Take him now. But the players are there. The players are ready to January. There's a lot of Rangers men at the club. The club will be fine. Listen, if we had a lot worse blows than that,
I know.
We'll be fine.
You take it my stride.
Right, but I'll be loads more of these comments.
Come down a wee bit for this, Gordon, right?
The no sound brigade.
I know,
right, no sound for 2 seconds. Right. Stevie G could go back to the Premier League in England to Villa and get a good experience. He'll be the next Liverpool manager in a few years. Maybe Suzanne, but I don't
see
that'll
it in
happen.
a few years.
I think he's scuppered his chance now. Yep. I think he's scuppered it because Liverpool will be going for a winner, and he's going to be bottom of the bottom table at Villa.
Chip Sharp, probably the hardest thing about Stevie G going is he's done it on Remembrance Day. It'll be harder to forget and forgive as time goes by. I agree with you.
I got a text about that earlier. I don't get why mid-season you would leave. I know people saying it's an opportunity you can't refuse and things like that. Well, it is. With the money, he's not doing it for money, so he's obviously doing it for a reason. So why would you want to go to? I could understand if it was one of the top teams in England, but Aston Villa, I think they forget Rangers are a massive club, and I'm not going to bring Celtic in it, but I will do it for half a second. The two, no, but for the simple fact that the English, they're forever slating the size of Rangers and Celtic no firm, and the two clubs are bigger than Leicester.
I know.
When Rodgers went to Leicester, the two clubs are bigger than Aston Villa. It's a fact. There's no rivalry with that. That's a fact, and they don't seem to understand that.
I don't actually see him going to Villa as a better move for him. I don't understand it.
I honestly don't think
but you know, be better staying at Rangers and winning more titles and more things under his belt before he actually went to Liverpool, because that's his key job, isn't it?
He's done it now. As I say, I think it'll come back and bite him in the bum. But anyway, let's get the feed here and we'll discuss who is going to be the new manager. Right,
there we go. James McMahon. The way the club handled that was pathetic. We'll go back to the club and teal through and through. Flow, near and far, sacrifice all stuff and go watch the Gers play each week in and out. Gerrard will never walk into a match like the Gers. I got this. The crowds at Ibrox, right? No European football for him as well. 100%. Disappointed at the way it was handled. What a shambles. Sky Sports announcing it before the club. I totally agree on that one.
Fiona said it's perfect. I can hear you now. She's gutted listening to us. Stevie G is away, but life goes on. Exactly. he stopped 10 in a row. What's he done? He's always been a legend in my eyes. And as I say, 10 in a row, a lot of people say he's a legend in eyes forever. I don't class him as a legend, but quite simple. I'm a Rangers fan. I'm not a Stevie Gerrard fan. I really don't care what he's done in the past. I don't care what he does in the future. I care about what he done with Rangers and I appreciate he made us a better team. But it's gone. That's it. He's not a legend. One trophy doesn't make you a legend in my eyes. One title.
Right, Dan Patrick, evening. Gio, it's happening. Watch this space.
I hope so. I hope.
So do we. You hope so?
I hope so. So, wait a minute. We've got a couple of minutes.
It's timing for me. It's the timing for me. Felt very let down today. So did we all, Mandy Thompson. I felt let down this morning. A lot of Rangers fans felt that way.
We are the people saying Steven Gerrard won the trophy that Celtic fans have been singing about for the last 9 years. Fair enough. Who cares? If we're going to base our hopes on everything that Celtic do, then we're never going to be back to the achievements we had in the past, winning trebles, winning the cup.
I'm sure Emma felt an idiot today after interviewing him,
The
saying,
girl,
do you look happy?
She'll be milking it, because she done well to ask the question. She obviously knew more than she let on. And Gerrard knows that girl's involved with Rangers and mocked her to me. He mocked her and she was right. A lot of people seen he sneaked away, not the Rangers. We agree with that, Barry McDonald. It's the sneakiness, it's the way he behaved.
Yep.
And I didn't think that was in his character. I really didn't.
It's a disappointment to learn that.
It really is. We'll keep going with the chat.
I agree, wrong time, leave the club. Through 55, I will say thanks. The way he left is the only issue. I have lost all respect because of that.
Charlie Brooks is laughing because I've called it a partner. I mean, you know what I mean, though, but
I like to see on Facebook. They say they better check a trophy room for the bike. You know these scousers.
One thing I must say, one thing is that I've kind of enjoyed today is that the banter between the Rangers fans, probably other rival teams as well, but we've took it well. As a big
no choice.
But no, well, do you know what? We could be throwing, we could be protesting down at the stadium like other teams do. We could be criticising and insulting, and there might be a lot of abuse online, but I stopped reading it. I didn't say a lot, but majority of people are having a laugh about the fact that that's where we are. Move on and making jokes about it and carrying on, and I think that's the best way.
Right, Chick Sharp, the hand in front of the mouth face in the last interview showed me he was hiding something. Still, we don't want anybody here that doesn't want to be here.
100%, Chick.
It's really that simple. I do agree with you.
100%. Doesn't matter who you are, what player you are, what manager you are, chairman. If you don't want to be at the club, the quicker you leave, the better.
Andy Crullers, he left too early, but good luck to him. He done a good job for us, but who's next in time for team and manager to adapt? Maybe we'll go marching on.
There's a few names here. Gio, Theo Van Bronckhorst, Derek McInnes, John Kerry are the favourites for the job. Who would you like to see appointed? I've already said who I would like.
Yep.
And that was good. So that's Gordon's duct tape hand just on the minute. Let us know who you think it would be. Let us know who you would think.
I think Gio Van will do better. I think it's a blessing.
That's what I'm saying. It might work out at the end of the season. But look at Walter Smith becoming the manager of Rangers. I remember it happening. I was at the game when Souness left, the game directly after it. The Rangers support weren't delighted to hear Walter Smith was going to be the manager.
I know.
They weren't over the moon, but do you know what? We were proved wrong.
Good evening, guys. With Soul Coach, I thank Stevie G for what he did for us, but disappointing how he has abandoned us.
Correct.
He didn't make Rangers the team on the park, and the results do so. Onwards and upwards, we are the people. We can still do 56.
Of course.
With a good new manager.
We're in a good.
You would explain to me the night.
Yep.
How it would work with a new manager in.
Right. Well, what I'm thinking is the new manager's coming in. Right. See if he hits the ground running. He's one game away from the final, the League Cup. We're already top of the league. Go to Parkhead. If he can get a win at Parkhead, we're cruising in the league. So there's a wee bit of pressure off him there. And if he's done that, if he beats the one game he needs to win in Europa, is with 2-0. It's not that hard to see it happening.
I know.
That by Christmas time in January, you could be seeing this guy's on a really, really good season, and you could be looking at the other side of the country and looking at Gerrard saying, I bet he wishes he still with Rangers.
Still with us, aye.
That's how it is. Souness says it. Lavoie said it. Brian Laudrup says it. I wish I'd stayed with Rangers.
Yep.
They've made their bed, they've got to lie in it to coat the jam.
He won his 55, not the full 55, one trophy out of 9. We do have blue in his blood and will do better.
I think so far, we've not done a poll, but I think so far the majority of people are going for Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, and I would like to see that.
Ruined my any respect I had for him now. Many times he convinced our biggest assets, Alfie, to stay at Ibrox. His value has went from 20 million to probably around 5 now. Yet he jumps at first offer to cross the border. The Rangers players should be livid.
Now somebody saying Hampden will be orange if they get the final again. See, that's it. Just look, we're going to stay positive. We're in a good position now, except for the managerial situation. But as far as the on the park is, we're in a good position. We need to get the right man though. I do agree. We cannot get a Graham Murray. We can't get a interim manager or somebody to take us to the end of the season that takes to January. We need to get the right man. He needs to be identified. He should already be identified because the club could have seen this coming.
I think with the next 24 hours that should be announced.
By the next 24 hours, that's what I was going to say. We should be announcing a player who is the correct player. Manager. At the same time. We should be announcing the correct manager, and that manager's going to be a top name and a top manager. Gio Van Bronckhorst fits that bill. Somebody's wrote a rebook on. I don't know what that means. I don't know why.
My worry was about Ken, but you said they can't go to January anyway.
No, they're here to January, so that'll take care of itself. Bringing in a new manager, we might buy players or whatever, I don't know.
I don't think Rangers will fall apart at all whatsoever.
Good luck, Stephen Gerrard. He saved us watching 10 in a row DVDs, Ian Madden. I think Kent will take it the first opportunity, but we're just guessing. I don't know what to go down that road. Speaking on behalf of players and deciding things, we don't know. We'll carry on. Let's
just get behind your team and show everyone that we are simply the best. That's what I say, Billy.
Andrew Bartley, Snake, if you ask me, why did Rangers say yesterday Aston Villa did not contact us to speak to Gerrard? I agree with you, Andrew. I've seen it at the start of the show. It's the way the fans have been treated. You need to remember the fans are the lifeblood of the club. The way the fans have been treated and the way that they've dealt with it. Because Rangers, I was saying yesterday to people, why we're not making a statement saying he's not leaving.
I know.
And now that's why. That's the thing, it's the way the fans have been treated and the timing it's all wrong.
The main thing Gerrard done was bury Terry Monroe.
Yeah.
That's true, Gary.
Gerrard comes in for Glenn Kamara, he better do us a favour and offer 20 to 25 million and not get him in the cheap. I've removed him off all my social media, so that will teach him for leaving. And so that's insulted. He's only doing something like 750 million posters. But again, Nancy's having a laugh about it. We've got to laugh. Rangers are bigger than any player in any. Rangers always be bigger than that, and then you've got to move on. You've got to accept it. In football, sometimes you love and you lose. That's what's happened.
He's got dreams of his own. We're in a good place. Stop 10 in a row. Good luck to him.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. A few people are saying this, and I wonder if it's true. A lot of people were saying it today, a few people tonight, that Golson perhaps knew that he was going to be leaving.
I read that.
And Golson didn't want to sign a contract because maybe it's been managed to let me tap on the shoulder. But instead, keep yourself fit. As soon as January comes, I'm going to a new club. I'm going to take
you away.
That's a theory that a lot of people are coming out with, and I think that does have a bit of substance to it. Hope you get the stars. Aye, Andrew. Do you want to do that?
Andrew. Well, every show we tell you, please do not send stars.
We appreciate you sending them.
Right, but at the start of our feed, it's a message, it looks as if it's from Gers TV, it isn't. Facebook put it there. They earn the money, we don't.
We genuinely appreciate putting them out there, but we don't ask people to do that for us, but thank you for doing it, we appreciate it, mate. It's just Facebook put the message out and again, making it look as if it's us. Bob, he only came to the Famous to get his profile better, of course, that's a fact. He knew his place, he knew why people are so surprised. It's that Texas, it's hard to read. We all knew that.
The big club in England.
When a big club in England wanted him, he would go.
I didn't think he would go, to be honest.
I thought he was going to stay with Rangers and try win as much as he can and then finish out to Liverpool. That said, I don't really care what he does in the future. I really care what he does with Rangers anyway. I suppose it comes down to what you class as a big club. I don't see Aston Villa are a big club. In the past they were a big club, but I don't see them being a big club, to be fair. I really don't. Somebody phone there, guys. If anybody wants to phone, you can phone.
Please see your last 3 digits on the feed, guys, before you're calling.
Have the last 3 digits, we can't get to the call.
Going to take the bottom, going to hit the bottom messages, Gordon.
And then we'll put the phone number up as well.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Thank you.
I think that's too much.
Right, that's too big.
Because it's just last week's statement.
Not the first time, sir.
Right.
I'll go down to the bottom.
Right,
just go right down to see where we are.
Guys, see if you missed anything, we're sorry.
I'm sorry, but there's too many messages for us. So I don't know if you remember our chat 2 seasons ago, we agreed he would be judged at the end of the following season to see what he would win. Granted he won the league, but if he had a free run at the treble and never won it,
correct.
I was happy about winning the league, but again was going off him again due to some performances. I've always spoke up for Gerrard, he's the man, etc. The way he left us, in my opinion, was the biggest mistake of his career. Looking forward to who comes in. We are in great place and a great team and a new manager with a great success.
Ricky,
Please
100%.
be Gio van Bronckhorst.
I agree with that 100%. Right, we're going to stick your phone number up. If anybody wants to call, you need to put your 3 digits up.
Please give us a wee call 0141 319 5230.
And keep please getting things up, we're keeping up with people swearing. I didn't see it on the chat though. Keep the language decent as well.
Yep.
Gary McDougall, the comment, I just
It's away.
disappeared. I know what Gary was saying there, I'm trying to find it again.
Right, there
The comment, we will defend our title with our lives, which this is what Gerrard said. Then it comes the first club interest and Heisovsky. The lack of loyalty in football in this day and age, the pressure of winning every game has now gone for him. 100%. Gary, he made that comment and he's made a few comments about how much he's fell in love with the club and said it today. Don't patronise the fans. I've always said that. There's Ricky now. We'll get Ricky on. No, that's not.
Us.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Ricky.
How are you doing, alright?
Hi,
Oh,
how you
good, mate, how
doing,
you?
Ricky? How are you?
I know, but I just got to the fridge to get a beer.
I know the feeling.
Bit shocked when I heard that this morning.
Yeah.
So I was
I think everybody
really
was.
shocked. I didn't think he was going to take it. You know, I've seen pictures and all that of him in London and stuff, and I'm like, that's really him. After the comments and coming out after games and saying, even when he won the league, the league last season, I want Gerrard and everything else. But hey ho, man, he's away. Move on.
As I said, the club moved on for the Bill Struth left us. We moved on for Walter Smith leaving us. We moved on for Graham Souness. We moved on
Listen,
for Scott
we've had a lot better managers than Gerrard.
Well, Ricky,
And
here's a good
he's
point,
not
right?
been our best manager. He's been the best manager to my son's wife because he's only 14.
Ricky, here's a point, right? See the next manager of Rangers, right? Doesn't matter who it is, right? Just say I say to you now, he's going to win 1 trophy the next 9. Do you think that would be what we're wanting?
No way, man.
So why
No
would
way.
Gerrard be classed as a legend for that? Do you know, that's my opinion on it.
My boy was pure gutted because it's the best he's ever seen Rangers play.
Fair point,
Right?
that's fair
And I was
point.
trying to tell him about 9 in a row and going through all the errors and going into the Champions League and getting cheated at the final and all these stories that have been through. I said there's been a lot better come through the door than him, and there'll be a lot better still to come through the door.
Definitely.
That's it.
So,
We need to move on. Who do you
You know,
fancy?
the good thing is, right, he's left us, and the good thing is about it,
Yeah,
he's not left us in the shite, he's left us in a good place.
yeah, I agree with
So-
that. It could be a lot worse. That's what. After a couple of years of kicking things and walking about angry,
You know.
I thought about it and I thought, you know, he could have left us and we could have been sitting 3rd or 4th in the league and calling him all sorts.
Well, I said to my father-in-law, if he left at the end of the season and he had won absolutely fuck all because of the way he was doing stuff and the way things were going on, it'd have been a lot worse than it is now. The next players coming in, he's got a team that knows it's playing for each other. They're up for it. They know what it's like to win a league. They're in a good place and we're playing good football. It's just trying to get that consistency with them.
I mean, the last couple of months we've been expecting to lose the first goal. That's not good enough. With a club like Rangers. That needs the defence needs to straight away.
I know. I remember our conversations a couple of seasons ago, right? And people were going against him. And I'm like, look at the style of football he's got us playing. Look at what he's doing in Europe. Granted, he's no won us nothing, but it's coming. And we won the league the following season. That's when we said we would judge him. But in the beginning of this season, I was starting to gap him because I'm like, 1 trophy in 3 seasons. I think that the biggest frustration is we thought, all right, we won 55 and that was a major and that's what we wanted. That was the end all. But there was a free run at a treble there.
I know.
The other thing you need to remember, right, everybody gives him credit, and myself included, about the style of football and his management when he's doing well.
Yeah.
He lost a league and a Scottish Cup last season with bad game management. 2 games in a row, the game's over. We can't stop, and there's 30 seconds to go, and we concede 2 corners, and St Mirren scored against us. But remember it, do you know what I mean? That's bad game management. That's the manager's fault.
I know. But again, it's exciting to see who's going to come in.
I know.
And the names that are getting put forward, Gio makes my heart jump if he was to come in.
Yeah.
Another one, I've seen one with Gio, Arthur Newman and De Boer. I mean, that would be just class, right, in my opinion. So it would. But I also heard Gattuso's name getting mentioned and all, and I thought that would be no too bad, but he's a bit of a hothead. on the side of the hiney, and I mean, sometimes that's what we need.
I honestly think that would be a good thing for us.
Do you know what I mean? But Mr. King came in and sorted it all out for us. So he gets great applaudits for the way he's transformed our club from where we were to where we are now. So I'm in confidence that the next person, we're moving forward as a team, do you know what I mean? Gerrard was never going to stay with us forever. He'd always had a plan to get back into the Premiership and get back to Liverpool, and whatever way he chooses to do that is up to him.
Aye, I mean, the problem he's got is he never acted but with classes the Rangers way. See if he said at the end of the, see if Rangers won the league at the end of the season, for example, right, league in a cup or a treble, whatever. Even if he didn't qualify in Europa, but he said at the end of the season, I've done my best, I want to go to England, thank you. He'd have a full eyebrows, give him a send-off.
Yeah.
Definitely, and he'd have probably get bigger statues, and he'd have Mary, the word the legend gets fired around too easy now, but Mary in that category because he's done something that he's won the league again and he's went away in a high, but he's just jumped ship and abandoned ship. And again, people will be watching that. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool and all that. Well, if it's not going, we'll see what happens at Aston Villa, because I don't think they're thinking that they're going to end up mid-table. I really don't think they're going to end up there. I think going to Aston Villa is going to be a major in him. I think he's actually going to fuck himself up. Sorry for swearing, but I think he's going to mess himself up for getting a Liverpool job.
One thing I think we'll agree on, whatever happens with Aston Villa will be decide what happens with his career. I don't think he's going to be the kind of manager that will go to 10, 15 clubs. I think if that doesn't work at Villa, then that'll be him, because he's got plenty of money. And I think personally he's already, I don't see him progressing any further. I don't see him getting the big job to Liverpool that he wanted. That's his own fault.
It depends. Again, it's just football, isn't it? Football's a gamble no matter what way you look at it.
Yeah.
But me personally, I'm really excited to see who comes back in the door and see where we go, because we're going places. And it's not just Gerrard that's going places, it's the board as well. The board has gone places, do you know what I mean?
That's what I was saying earlier on, Ricky. It's a team effort getting us here. And do you know what? The biggest element of that team is the fans. That's what everybody forgets, the fans. Definitely, but the board, Mr. King and that brought Gerrard in, guaranteed he took a gamble and all that, and it's worked out for us. But I trust in him and staying to bring somebody else in. 100%. No, I agree with you, mate. Great call.
You know what I mean? So, all I'm giving the guy a boost. Clap him. He won his 55, he done his job, he stopped 10 in a row. They're absolutely fuming. They're probably excited because he's left, because it's like, yes, we don't need to put up with him. But let's see who comes through the door and see them fight themselves again.
Yep, correct. No, listen, I agree with you 100%, mate. 100%.
Anyway, great show, man. I love you. Take care. We are the people.
We are.
Yeah. Carol was trying to phone a wee minute ago. Carol, if you want to phone back, good.
God, they're going to take that wee messages, didn't just take them down the boat, because I just die, because there's too many.
Guys, we'll miss loads of messages tonight. We'll try and get them. I'm just waiting. Carol's going to phone back, you know. I think. Warren. Did you get Warren? Hey, Warren, how you doing, mate?
Well, guys, we're all devastated. Of course we all are, you know. Consolidation and everything else in the club is going so well, but I keep thinking to myself, the same as what Sandra was saying, exactly what Mickey was saying. Mickey was excellent there. You know, I'm actually looking forward to who's coming in. I'm looking forward to new ideas, a bit of freshness in the team. I think we've been a wee bit stale, you know, this season so far. We haven't really, other than that last game, we really played out of our skin. The rest of the games, we were just getting through them, you know.
But the thing about, my big thing is, Warren, seeing football, you need to progress every year no matter who you are. And I don't think you're progressing.
It's the old saying, no one is bigger than the club. The fans, as you said, are the most important thing in a football club. You don't have fans, you have no revenue, you have no chance of bringing in the players. But you look at it, we go back to whenever Steven Gerrard was first coming in that club. Everybody was worried about, you know, we're taking this massive gamble on a guy who has improved himself. You know, to be fair, I mean, there's people on there, I mean, I'm on a Rangers, Northern Ireland Rangers thing, and it's all negativity. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not being negative about this. I'd like to thank Steven Gerrard for giving us some solidity. I would like him for giving us some pride back to our club again. To be honest, you know, we're back. We're back because of the work that was done in those years. Okay, the years before that as well with Warburton and the other managers, but I mean, it was Stephen Gerrard who really got us back to being a club that people want to come to.
I think
you know,
but as much as I criticise the fact that his name kept him in a job, at times having Stephen Gerrard at Rangers was a definite sign that Rangers were back.
Of course. I mean, any Rangers fan who actually believes Stephen Gerrard is going to be there for 10 years, whatever, you need to really wake up and eat the cornflakes. No harm to you, because Stephen Gerrard was using Rangers to bring up his profile as a manager. That's what he was doing. If he could make Rangers a success, then the teams in England would sit up and say, maybe this guy is worth a chance, you know.
And to be fair, I don't mind that, because you never said he was a Rangers man. That's the only thing I mind is when he comes out with statements.
I mean, Hartson, even John Hartson was on the day saying, I can't believe he's going to Aston Villa, because they're a smaller club than Glasgow Rangers. You know, he said, you know, and this is John Hartson, Celtic through and through, you know, he's turned around and saying, well, no, for anyone to say that Aston Villa is a bigger club than Rangers, then they need to go and look at themselves, because Rangers are a worldwide club. Aston Villa, you know, they have their fan base in a part of England, maybe a couple of other places, but they're not a massively supported club. They're not the Liverpools or the Manchester Uniteds, or, you know, whereas Glasgow Rangers are. Glasgow Rangers are followed in Germany, and we know the people.
You could probably take Birmingham City and Aston Villa, put them together, and they wouldn't be as big as Rangers. They're just big clubs.
And that's the whole thing about it. He is leaving to go to a smaller club, yes, but he's going back to his homeland. He's going back to England. He's going back, let's face it, he's going back to try and get them a little bit higher up in the league and then he thinks, well, I personally think someone in Liverpool has given them a nod and said, you prove yourself with Villa and you'll get a chance at Anfield. And that's what Stephen Gerrard's about. Stephen Gerrard, I think if Susan was on there talking about, Stephen Gerrard is Liverpool through and through. You know, he cut him in half and it would say Liverpool. You know, that's the type of guy he is. Same way as we have guys who are exactly like that for us. You know,
I get that. The other thing is, Warren, you need to remember, is Villa. I can understand people saying they're a big club, but Aston Villa don't mean as much to people in the world as Glasgow Rangers. Rangers are an institution. If nobody follows Rangers as a football fan only. We follow everything about the culture and the tradition.
Sorry, one thing that can never take away from us is our history.
Yeah.
We're the most successful club in the history of the world.
Yeah.
You know, all the rest of the clubs, none of them can even get close to us. You know, and that, if you go on, you know, world football, people who are into world football, you know, they know Glasgow Rangers. You know, if you go to Hong Kong, people, and they'll say, oh, you support Glasgow Rangers. You know, whereas Aston Villa, they're not, I don't care what anyone says. Susan says the English League's the best league in the world. Well, maybe, but Aston Villa are not a big club. They are not a club that has a history like Glasgow Rangers have. Yeah. You know, they may have a little bit more revenue, but that means nothing. If you can get the right players in, we've proved it. I mean, that's another thing we have to give to Stevie G. Stevie G brought a lot of players who were not the best in their own league, including Joe Aribo, and made them into decent players, and players that we can now trust, you know, to go out and do the job for us week in, week out. You have to give the guy his dues, no matter what. You may feel bitter about how he left today. Yes, that's okay. But we also have to understand, he gave the time to the club. He did a lot of stuff outside of Glasgow Rangers for local charities and all too. Like all good managers do. You know, he was part of Glasgow Rangers, and we have to celebrate his time at Rangers. But it's now time to move on. It's time to support the new manager, whoever it is. I'm not going to say who I would like to see, but I think an ex-player might be nice. But, I mean, there's people throwing their names in like John Terry and stuff and all. I mean, he hasn't got the managerial experience. He's only been an assistant manager. Yeah. You know, do we take another massive punt? Do we take another massive punt on another player or another manager who hasn't proved himself? Or do we go for someone who is stable who will win the matches, or do we go for someone completely outside the field? I don't know. I think Glasgow Rangers, I think Mr. King and the board will make the best decision for Glasgow Rangers, and I think, you know, we as fans just need to support what goes on.
100%.
You know, and be patient with them.
Warren, we've got loads of calls coming in, mate. But I was like,
No problem, mate. I'm going to go on. We'd like to also remember this weekend, of course, is our Remembrance Weekend, everyone, and wear your puppy with pride. Not like other people across the city who don't like to wear their puppies with pride. All right, look after yourselves.
You too,
Keep safe,
Warren.
and remember, we are the people.
We are the people.
Talk to you soon. Cheers.
For a few people, guys.
Carol on, he's been trying a few times.
Carol, so we'll get Carol next, and then we'll get Callum.
Hello
Is that
there,
Carol?
Carol.
Hello.
How
How
you
are
doing,
you
pal?
doing?
Hi, how's things? Wait till I turn my telly off.
Right. That's a good
Glad to see you back, Sandra.
Oh, thanks.
And him. Little and large jerseys off. Right. What are you still talking about Gerrard for? He's history.
No.
Forget him. I do wish the guy luck in the championship next season, but that's it.
We're
Done.
only talking about, we're reading the comments, so that's sort of, we're trying to talk about the future.
Oh, I'm talking about the future. Right, who are we going to get as manager?
Who do you fancy?
Oh, I fancy a lot of people, but they're women. No, I don't know, I haven't a clue. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, maybe.
Yeah, that's who I would go
He's
for.
the most popular choice so
Yeah.
far, I think.
Pardon me?
I think he's, with the Bears what I saw, he seems to be the most popular choice.
That and Gennaro Cardoso.
I mean, there's a wee bit of that I would like as well. And see the fact that people saying he's crazy. Well, do you know what?
We need a wee bit of that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Everything's great here. But need to set my petrol down when I couldn't get any.
I know. I don't even know if that was true now. They said it was running out of petrol, but my scooter always had petrol, that's all I cared about.
We're coming up in 2 weeks. I'll phone you up next week
Right.
to make an appointment to see you. My missus is at the hospital on Friday, and we couldn't go up because of this snake up show, you know,
Oh, 26.
walking about with Scottish flags and things like that. I can't stand that. And I've got, what's Gerard's middle name? Is it Lundy?
I know. That's how I feel like.
Right, I'll talk to you next week. Let somebody else on. Somebody have a go at him because he wasn't very loyal.
Hey, wait
Bye.
for that. See you later,
All
Carol.
the best, mate.
Bye.
Cheers. I'll try and get Callum on next. At least the Bears are having a laugh, but that's what I said.
Yeah, that's Callum for you now.
Callum, how you
Yes,
doing, mate?
Callum.
Hello,
Hello,
How
how
you
you
doing, pal?
doing?
it's Callum. Yeah,
Hi,
How you doing,
Callum.
I got told today at work about Gerrard.
How do you feel about it?
But I'm gutted that
Yep.
he shouldn't have gone. He's done great for us for nearly 4 years. We won the title way back in March. Well, I got told that Roncourt could be the next manager. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping.
We think we've been chatting about it earlier on. I think he's definitely a good shout. He'd be a fan's favourite. He knows the club inside out, and I think we enjoyed the Dutch style of football when Advocate was at the club. So I would quite like to see that. Yeah. All right, mate. Is that you? That's us, Callum. Thanks for that, pal. Cheers.
He's away.
I don't know what happened. Yeah. Thanks, Callum.
Every single call is
Good insight.
echoing. We're trying hard here to fix it, guys. I can't help it.
They're not
Right,
echoing
did he just
anymore,
phone and
mate.
say he'll pop it on next week? His missus is... Yes, he did. Just in case
Aye.
you didn't know. He was loyal to the core. If in fact... No, he wasn't. You see one there? 1 trophy out of 9 poor. Bring in GVV. 1 more.
A lot of people
Gerrard,
say they were
one more
shocked.
than Gerrard.
Aye. We don't know, but we don't know that number. So
Right, I can't take your call because I don't know your number. Put your last 3 digits on the feed and I'll take your call.
you need to post them, don't text them in.
Yeah.
Because I know people laugh at the word doing that. If you just text the last 3 digits, you can phone up, guys, and you'll get on the channel. We need to identify who's phoning up.
Susan, I think every Rangers fan woke up this morning and was shocked to hear that, because I definitely thought there was no way that
It's
went.
Callum Mercer. The reason I'm saying that's in case Stephen Gerrard phones up, that's him phoning.
That's
In
Callum.
case Stephen Gerrard phones up, tells him to keep my break.
There's Callum for
Hi, Callum.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi, Callum. How are you doing?
Hi. Not bad, not bad. It's just one point I've got to bring up is there's one man that stayed and has said that he loves Rangers and he's enjoyed the experience up there and it's up here obviously and it's Defoe. He stayed and he actually, I'm just happy. I just hope he can find his way into coaching or something like that, because he's actually showing loyalty, because he could have jumped ship with everybody else that Gerrard took, and I'm just glad that there's somebody that came up through Gerrard has actually came up and they're loyal. I just want to see if you agree with me on that.
Aye, that's an interesting point. Defoe's obviously got a lot of pedigree. He's got a lot of experience and he's also a massive name in football. He's going to go somewhere, he's going to do something, I don't know. I'm not really sure what happened, because he was part of the coaching team, then there were stories that he wasn't part of it. I really don't know, but I definitely think having guys like your club is a bonus.
Has it took the whole backroom team?
I think that's getting negotiated, you know who's going, but I think the main players are going to be going. I mean, people are talking about loyalty, you need to remember, Gary McAllister's forever claiming he's a Rangers supporter.
I know that annoys me as well. I genuinely, when I heard the news at first, I was like, well, he's going to be here. We basically made him what he is. Gerrard as well, obviously we gave him the stepping stone and he was always going to be that he could have the dignity to either give us a heads up or say to the end of the season, understand his family and that he's done the exact same thing Brendan Rodgers done, smiled and lied to every one of the fans, made it look like he was the biggest fan in the world, and then as soon as opportunity knocked, they were away. Well, to be fair on Rodgers, Leicester's a decent team. Aston Villa, he's not going to see European football for a good 2 years if he does get at that level and doesn't get relegated.
That's if it lasts a good few years, because the trend in English football now is if you're not good enough, you're gone.
How many, is it no 8 managers they went through in the past 15 years or something like 10 years?
That's why I'm
Do
saying
you know what I mean?
6 big games, if he doesn't hit the ground running, the money that these clubs have got, they'll not be slowing showing him the door. And I'll tell you what, he'll not get back to Rangers, he's done his stint. That's his stint.
No, he's definitely, the one thing I was laughing at was his crap apology on Instagram, and it was just, every comment was a rat emoji, and I was laughing at myself a wee bit because it's true.
I know. He must be very dignified.
Somebody probably wrote it for him, but he'd be better just leaving it as if he did.
Do you know what I mean? He didn't give us a heads up or anything. I mean, last week, I looked settled.
I know.
So why ask me a silly question? Just...
I think that's a girl that works for Rangers, and he tried to mock her basically, and she was right, the question that she asked.
So she knew something.
But no, listen,
I obviously did. Anyway, my wee boy's in bed and I'm waking him up with my crap, but I'm just trying to get my point in, right? Have a nice night.
That's alright. Good speaking to you, Callum.
Thanks for being
See you later. Bye-bye.
Right, someone has just said coming for a current player that all the players knew since Monday. We heard this story too.
But I got it sent to me, a text sent to me the night. I'm not going to put it out because the name's on it, and it's unfair to do so, but it's basically saying that the players weren't surprised, and they're a wee bit relieved because action has been taken. They knew it was going to happen, so there's no action, but it's moved forward.
But they're going to the board demanding a decent.
They don't want a low level manager. They don't want a temporary manager. They've had a players meeting, and I think the day they said that Tav and some of the senior players were going to meet the chairman and ask that the chairman go for the top quality, because they're behind the club and they want to stay there. That's what I heard. But at the same time, you take these texts messages with
Right, Natalie says the whole backroom team is gone. McAllister, Beale, Tom, Culshaw and Jordan at Milsom.
Yeah. But that's the thing about it is when we get the new guy, hopefully he's going to have his whole backroom team. But it's a sucker punch, but we need to move on.
That's it. We just need to take it in a chin and just go with it.
There's no point worrying about it.
Your last 3 digits aren't on the feed, sorry.
If you don't give the digits, you can't phone in. As I said, that I don't want a temporary manager, no matter who he is. I didn't like the way Stuart McCall was treated when he was temporary manager as well as McCall came in or Gordon.
It's the same
Same
number.
guy, same number. You can't phone in if you're no.
If you don't want to put your last 3 numbers on the feed, I can't accept your call.
Aye. Up there's a
I would just decline that. I'll
Take
just
him
take it away.
take him away.
Right, business never informed employees about losing their job until the last moment, said Finlay Ferguson.
This is different. Football's a totally different thing. Stephen Gerrard knew exactly what he was doing, so let's be honest about that. And to be fair, the club probably knew what was going through. Facebook user, there's no name on it.
Facebook user, you need to see what you've just done there, what you've wrote. Put your last 3 digits on this feed. Tell me the last 3 digits of your telephone number.
I definitely think, I've said this, a lot of people have seen it. It could be a blessing in disguise. The club needs to keep moving forward. If Gerrard has been thinking about leaving, but even by the end of the season, it's best he goes once he wants to leave. And if he wants to go, get him away and start again, you know. Just
I've seen a few with that, Barry Ferguson.
I don't actually think I think that on his with a couple of years' experience, Barry Ferguson actually could be a good manager at Rangers.
I don't think right now.
Only having met him a few times, speaking to him in private and actually listening, because a lot of times you can criticise people without actually knowing them. And Stephen actually think his philosophy in football, when he wants to start at the bottom, learn the trade, learn what people skills. A lot of things he's into his people skills, and a lot of the guys that he deals with don't have enough money at Christmas because they don't get wages and things like that, or they're on low wages, and how to deal with them, how to take football at all levels and go back up the grades and earn his position as a Rangers manager. I would never rule that out in the future. I know a lot of people don't like Barry Ferguson, but in the future, if he proves himself, I'd like to see him getting a chance, but he'd need to prove himself, and it's not the right time.
Right, it's been a kick in the goalies, I have to be honest. I wanted him gone at the end of the season, so this could be a blessing for us.
I'd like to see Kevin Thompson be part of Gio's background staff. So a lot of people are saying they want Gio, but it's different people for the background team in it. But I get that. Do we go a Dutch or do we get a couple of Scottish boys in? There's a lot of substance, I think, in the Van Bronckhorst rumour. I definitely think he's
I've actually came in this morning, I was devastated, but see when you think about it logically, do you know what I mean? I think everybody was just totally shocked that I'm going this morning.
Aye.
Even yesterday I was like, no, I don't listen to it, it's rubbish.
A lot of people are saying that I've heard this a few times, Terry Monroe said it a few times a night enough, but I've heard it. No, I'm not saying Barry Ferguson for the job, sorry, I was saying in the future I would like to see him prove himself be good enough for the job. I'm not saying he's good enough for the job. He's the man that's taking over.
Gio's in the next 24 hours.
Aye, listen, this is a story that's going to be announced. I think it should be announced quick. I definitely think they should be sharp and quick about it. They shouldn't be messing about. Hope the next manager we get in the door has a decent clause in the contract. 3 million settlement is poor, and he had us believing that Gerrard was here for 2023. It'd be good to know about Defoe if he was went or staying. Don't know what happened with that. Disappointing Gerrard because he was looking forward to. Aye, it's all just kind of things people are saying.
Sophie's eye, it's all the same. Feels like he has had his head turned with the money.
Aye, a lot of people are saying that.
But he's got money.
He's got thousands.
I know.
Sorry, millions. He doesn't need money. I don't believe for a minute he's doing it for the money.
I don't think it's for the money. I think he's seen it as a stepping stone for Liverpool, and I think it's a totally wrong decision.
What's Ricky saying? Announced before Blackpool on Saturday. Who's meant to be at Blackpool on Saturday?
I don't know.
There's a big dinner, I know, but I'm just trying to
Oh, is
find out if one of the players is going on Saturday.
We need someone who will live and breathe at Rangers. I agree with that.
But David, we do need that, but sometimes we're guilty of going down the Rangers man road before quality and class as well. I think the way that the club's been run now, but the way it's been treated, I think you need a Souness type character. I think you need somebody like that, but at the same time, I wouldn't. If we could get Van Bronckhorst as a manager with the right team, I think that would be good. But at the same time, I get why people want to get to so, as I'm saying,
There's the
about
first
this
wrong one. Right. This is the downing one.
Yeah.
This has been on the cards for the last 6 weeks. He's a rat and deserves nothing from us Bears. At Villa, he has 10 hard games at the end. At start Newcastle, Norwich all down. Villa, Norwich all down. You said he did hard games.
The 6 games could be English. It's a cutthroat league. He could basically. There's a good chance that he could lose the first 6 games. The board want to keep him, right? But that's just again talking about the past. He's way another club. I really don't care if he wins the 6 games. Good luck to him. If he loses 6 games, I don't watch English football, so it doesn't impact me in any way. But I don't see him progressing from leaving Rangers. I can't think of many people. Gattuso's one of the only people I can think of that ever left Rangers that went on to bigger and better things. They won the Champions League. I think he's a good shout to see he running bigger things, but apart from him, I can't think of anybody.
Hello, loving the show. Ali McCoist.
Hear me
Hear
out.
me out as I'm a Van Bronckhorst assistant.
Hear me out. Him as McCoist's assistant, he means.
All right,
right,
okay.
I couldn't get that.
Alison's knowledge, I bet they knew of football and passion for Rangers would be great backbone for the manager. Your thoughts, guys?
I'll get me text in it. So a wee text for a guy that's very, very close to Michael Moles. Just text me, very close to him. Just text, asked him this morning, find out if I get a wee chat with Michael Moles. Can I get a chat? But Moles has said that Van Bronckhorst is definitely wanting the job.
Oh well.
Just text there,
There
so
we
that's
go.
interesting. We
The
shout out.
Rangers take him back. That's the second thing you've asked that.
No, they're not taking back.
I know.
I think I was a wee dig when he
I
said
know.
he's welcome back. He'll always be, everybody that's involved with Rangers and leaves is welcome back at the club, but they wouldn't. I don't think they would be looking to bring them back or anything. No. Trying to call. Sorry, mate. Alright.
Gary McDougall.
Alright, about Gary's number should be on it. Check, call on now, Gary. Hold on 2 seconds.
That's
Make sure.
Gary's last three.
Should maybe have not put in because I know his number. Hold on a second.
78.
Aye.
That's it.
That's it, Gary. We'll call you, mate. 2 seconds.
Want to call him back?
That's my tenner going tonight. I put it.
There you go.
Gary.
What's the number?
Oh, sorry. 778.
I need the first 7.
There it's there. Is that it?
That's
Aye.
it. Aye.
Okay.
It's not
That's
you,
you.
right. How you doing, Gary?
Alright, Gary.
Alright, Si, alright, Sandra, how we doing?
I'm alright. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Got sore after that one this morning, didn't I?
I know.
But the show goes on, mate.
What's that, mate?
The show must go on.
Oh, definitely, so much go on, we move on. No one bigger than the club, are they?
Yeah.
That's it.
But when I sure want to take them, I saw it coming.
I don't think it's because you left, Gary. It's the way you done it, I think.
It's the timing, Si. It's definitely the timing. See where they went and wanted to go to Aston Villa at the end of the season and he'd won the league and potential treble
Yeah.
and goes into the Champions League and I went with a lot of blessings. It's the fact he's went in November. We've got a lot of games coming up in the next couple of months, big important games. So it's a hard one to take, but we move on.
So who do you fancy?
So one, I don't know. I think Van Bronckhorst would be a good one. I'd like to see McCann or Barry Ferguson maybe.
Aye. So
Somebody Scott knows Rangers, knows the club and knows the Scottish League
somebody
well,
knows the Scottish
Gil's
game.
been away to Rangers for a long time, so I don't know how well he's in touch with the Scottish League and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? So
Aye.
I think Van Bronckhorst would be a good one.
Aye, so do
I got a text Big Dutch Dennis about him. Mate, this is what he said, right? Just his opinion on it. Quite interesting. Hold on to check it. Dutch Dennis. He's obviously, he was the manager of Feyenoord, wasn't he?
He done well with Feyenoord.
Aye,
He done
no,
very well.
so Dennis
A
is
cool back team, I remember Dennis telling me.
So Big Dennis is a Rangers and a Feyenoord fan, sorry, and a Rangers fan, stays in Scotland. His opinion is he's a one-plan man, plays one way. Tactics not the strongest, but he's a great people manager and a great ambassador for his club. So he's not got to be a tactical genius, he's saying, but I think with the right background team, you might be right, Gary, getting a few Scottish boys in. William.
Listen, with Steven Gerrard, a tactical genius. We played the same way all the time, you know what I mean? We played with the else.
No, that's true, mate.
You never saw Gerrard going two up front, it was always the same formation we played.
He had his tactic and that was it, and we stuck with it.
Definitely, he stuck to his beliefs.
But no, he's left us in a better place than we started.
For when he came inside, we were the other now, it's 90 days, you know what I mean? Shows you how much far we came here. I'm all delighted he's left, put it that way.
I know, they're all delighted. It's like,
Crazy.
crazy.
Buzzing.
100%. And if you get
I
the
don't
right guy,
buy
we can just
into this at all. As much as I'm disappointed, when I see this going on my ass, you know what I mean?
Well, we'll say that at the start of the show. People having a go at him and using swearing and all that on it. Listen, the guy's left the club and that's it. He left us in a better position. We're disappointed, but we move on and we act like Rangers supporters. We don't do that.
We're all angry and disappointed, but keep the dignity. You know what I mean? Soon as left the 4 games to go.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's 2 points for a winning days as well. So.
No, I think I'll say as soon as it was David Murray's finest ever. He was sacked basically because he was leaving.
Yeah, we wanted to say at the end of the season, Murray telling me go now.
That was the best thing Murray ever
This
done.
is when you're leading the boat to set up now and show a bit of leadership and a bit of strength.
Aye, that's it. But at the same time, you're right, Gary, the fans as well. And I don't think see when we say the fans that are calling them the rat and all that stuff and the online abuse, a lot of these guys, you see them every week, and when Rangers lose a goal, you see them and things, and you think, I've never met you at football in my life. So you don't know how
See that keep long enough, mate. Often you never see a football game. You know the ones that go to the game, you know the ones that don't. But
see, there's somebody that goes.
They're still Rangers supporters, you know what I mean? They take to their opinion, but keep a bit of my opinion, keep a bit
behave yourself,
you know what I mean?
No, behave yourself, you're right.
Yeah, definitely.
So, well, that's it, whatever we are, but the one thing is, if we get the right manager in, we've got a right good, we're in a right good position. That's the one thing.
That's it. What you say, I thought you were absolutely spot on. I mean, he comes in and he gets a win against Hibs, and then we managed to get by Sparta 2-0. I mean, it's what a boost you're getting for that.
Aye, because at the same time, as I say, I don't want to look back, but the Gerrard made me look back at that point going, hold on a minute, I've got to Anfield a couple of weeks' time, everything's gone wrong for me here, and I could be sitting at the top of the league with all the pressure off me.
I know.
There's what I've been told, it's $100,000 a week and he's getting $150 million to spend in January, but
you know what
I think you could give him $300 million, and I don't think he's going to get that team into the tops. I don't think so. I think it's a mid-table side.
Much did you say?
The pressure's off him now. When he was at Liverpool, he to win every week. And he's at Rangers, you've got to win every week. It's not got to win every week. They don't expect to win every week, do they? No,
that's right. How much did you say he's got to spend?
$150 million, I was told he's getting to spend in January.
Just in case you're listening, Stevie, you've got my number later on. If you've got anybody, give me a bit of guidance.
I was lucky you earlier on talking about players. I think he might come for a couple, but I think Kent and Ebo Patterson. What's that?
I think he'll go for a couple of your players.
He might. I mean, he must hope he doesn't. You know what I mean? I hope he doesn't. But I'll tell you, better one of a fucking extra few million on them get on the price tag anyway.
No, definitely. And that's the price you pay for success as well. Same as with Gerrard, everybody want them. You have to accept the fact that if you're doing well, people are going to want your players, your staff. That's the price you pay for it.
The thing is with Gerrard, and I still say when he was with Rangers, we attracted players that we would never go out of the club if he hadn't been there. So we will attract players, you know what I mean? His reputation, his stats on the game, he definitely attract players, but whether he goes for those, I think he might go for Kent, maybe Kent, Kamara, Aribo, holds him in high regard, Patterson, but if you're Nathan Patterson, he can't play you now, which chance he's got to get a master off, he can't play for Rangers, you know what I mean?
I know, there's a lot of things to consider, but you want to go as well, and we read that thing, I've not read it out you sent me, Gary, but that wee text that we read earlier on, I think the players expected it.
Oh, it's Scott McIntyre's after repeating about it there.
Is he?
Aye, look, Arfield and John Brown.
Yeah, I spoke to a lady tonight who's part of the Stephen Davis, you know who it is.
Aye.
He said different. He said Stephen Davis was shocked and disappointed, and he never saw it coming. So.
Well, I would trust him because I know he goes to the
you know who you and I know who it is. And,
Gary, see the message
he was talking to me today, so.
See the one about Arfield and John Brown, that's been run too many times, so I don't believe that.
No, the guy asked me tonight, I know who it is, big guy from Belfast, part of Stephen Davis, and he said he spoke to him this morning and said he was shocked and disappointed and never saw it coming. So.
Aye, it's a shame. I don't think the players knew it was coming. I don't think so.
That's the thing, because the players all talk to ex-players, the Rangers guys do anyway, right? And you heard Barry Ferguson yesterday saying it's not happening. McCoy's did the same.
I don't think any thought it was happening. I think when you listen to Gerrard and the stuff he's come out with, you know, you thought he was loyalty was everything with him. I mean, you heard him with Liverpool, and I know he's a Liverpool man or the rest of it, but he's bought into Rangers. You're expecting him, you know, I'll see that job out and my stock will rise, you know what I mean, if I can get Rangers into the Champions League and maybe win a treble. I mean, he was going a bit of cups, he didn't sit well with him and all that, he hadn't won any cups for us.
I know, he always spoke really well, that's what I said at the start of the show. He was a good ambassador for the club, but Gary, as I said earlier on, right, see the next manager, right, just say it's Van Bronckhorst. If I said to you that in the next 9 trophies that are up for grabs, he's going to win one, you're going to take him. You're going to take anybody with that, so that when you look back, it's not that big a loss. It's the name, Steven Gerrard. That's what we've lost for attracting players, I think.
Definitely. I mean, somebody can maybe a better Saturday. I mean, Callum Davidson won better than Steven Gerrard.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? But that doesn't go for anything, you know what I mean? I still say the first season, your first season Rangers were not in that team. Second season we probably should have. I mean, we should have won the League Cup, let's be honest. That one, they get an absolute goal. We think we've done everything last for that, right? We deserve to win it. It was the last time they beat us, which was 2 years ago, so you've got to thank them for that. I think it was to Celtic for 2 years.
He gave us a lot of great times, and that's why I don't like the digs at him and stuff like that. But we're all hurting, and I think that'll change in a few days.
Still be angry, but you still be angry, you still remember what he done. So it's still, I mean, that season we had last year was unreal. You know what I mean? It was unreal.
The only thing that's angered me, as I said, and it annoys me, it'll always annoy me forever. He could have changed it. He could have changed it all, but just leaving at the end of the season, and that's the big thing that the fans are really disappointed in. The manager.
It's money over legacy, mate. Money over legacy.
Aye. And then to come out like a Facebook post today saying I'll always be a Rangers fan.
I know.
You don't need to do that. Don't do that.
That kind of last six in my throat. I know. I mean, he was on the telly last week and saying that Walter Smith made him the guy he is. So
Yes,
we would have tough enough one for that guy dying. I mean, greatest Rangers manager in the modern day era, isn't he? And then, well, he goes the following week after saying Walter Smith made him what he is and all that. You know what I mean? There's no loyalty in football anymore.
Leaving the club on Remembrance Day, somebody said it. Right? It's just not the way you should have behaved yourself. But you know what's happened? We'll move on. That's the main thing.
We'll move on. The club will always move on. All the Rangers. So it's a team like it's ever loyal with football. It's their support. Support will always be loyal.
Aye. That's the strongest thing at the club we've got. Definitely, mate.
No.
Aye. But we move on, mate. But I'll catch up with you later. Crack show. I've been listening. It's been good. It's been busy and all.
Hello.
Aye, plenty on it, mate.
Speak to you later,
Thanks for the
Gary.
call.
Speak to you soon. Have a good one, guys.
Speak to you
Cheers,
later.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
We have to move on and we've got to win the league to win. That's true. Billy Barber, we've got a league to win here.
Right, loads and loads of comments.
As soon as we get a manager in, the better.
We've missed loads of comments tonight before in the things. We'll not ignore them. It's just there's far too many to read.
I've got the boxing gloves on, the punch bag at home, so I'm happy. I'm not angry anymore. Looking forward to the new man coming in. So am I. You've got the shock of it.
I laughed at the.
I'll go over the shock and I'm looking forward to
I laughed at it, as I said, I've laughed at the jokes coming in as well, right? And I don't mind who it's coming from. If it's funny, right? It's football, you've got to accept it. You take the ups and downs. But somebody texted me and said, "Is Steven Gerrard, remember the what do you call it? The cutouts.
I've seen that.
Did you get your money back?" And I was laughing. She was serious.
I don't want to. I seen him on, I know the guy was punching Steven.
It's actually funny because there's another one he done with the guy and he put it upside down, put it in his bin.
There has been a few good clips.
It's football. Have a laugh and we'll about it. Carry on, guys. What we'll do another 10 minutes?
Another 10 minutes we'll go with, guys.
Maybe do one more call if anybody wants to phone in. It needs to be 3 digits. I think we caught everybody, didn't we?
Yes. Look on the bright side, his wife took down the Stevie G pictures in the living room.
Stevie, right. I think do see Scott's pictures again.
I know.
It's one of the things. Listen, this time next week, I don't think we're going to have a show on Tuesday night because we've done the night. It doesn't look like we're going to do one on Tuesday, but we're doing a wee Remembrance thing on Sunday afternoon. The main thing is, by the next time the Gers TV is on, we should have a manager, and it should be a manager that wants to be the manager of Rangers, and that's very important. Need digits on that, so we can't take it.
Hello there, Zayden. Replying to Warren. Hello, Donna Robertson, how are you doing? Scott White, look on the bright side. Oh, I've read that one.
Aye.
That's it, Sandra. The shop was something in the Kelvins.
It
was that chick, but it's what we've all adapted to today. We just need to look forward and accept what's happening and look forward to who's coming in.
It's like everything else. You go to hello Sandra, is it Aidan Cunningham? Oh, we got a wee fan there. There's a lot of guys out there telling us their Rangers and credentials and all that. You're entitled to the opinion. That's the whole thing I'm saying earlier on. Don't have guys fighting each other and you're no better than that. You don't have to agree with each other. The bottom line is the manager's gone, we move on and we get a new manager. Rangers will always be here, Rangers will always be.
There is no one bigger than the club.
That's it. Well, the Premier Cup of Scottish football, we need to keep it that way. As what it is, what's happened. One more call, but you can call if you leave the last 3 digits.
Last 3 digits on the feed. Graham Groundtree, we are the people, we definitely are.
Let's just reply to each other.
Roll on next Sunday.
Just a quick one before I forget, guys. The reason I've got the moustache is I'm doing in November. My pal Kenny Bragg, who's not very well now, he watches the show normally, but he's got chemotherapy, couldn't say that right. And just wishing him all the best. I know you got the message I sent out last week. I'll have this one for another 2 weeks. If anybody wants to sponsor me, pay up the page and even stick a £5 in, it goes to cancer research.
Right, you doing it?
But before I do that, a wee bit of good news we had today. Finally, my big pal Boffy has come out of coma. Right enough, if I heard that news today, he's probably back.
I know, he's probably back in the coma.
Put me back. Boffy's better. I don't know how what's happening, but I got a wee message from his family saying he's a bit better. All the best, big man. Hope to see
I'm
you
glad
soon.
you're getting better, Boffy.
That's massive. I don't know if anybody...
Well, he says, read this.
No, that's the one that we've got. No.
Aye, look, he said, read this.
I've not wanted to read that tenement note for the simple reason it's naming people that are sent a private text. What is it when I go earlier on?
We were going to read it, but we can't name the names that's on it.
You start reading it and putting out names in it. I know Bomber quite well. I don't like to do things like that. The guy's never done me a bad turn.
I don't believe it because there's too many people have got the one message. And if it was true, I can't see
Why
some
would you put it
people
out there,
aye. Managers will come and go.
Oh, there's Larry the
He was
Bristol.
never going to stay.
I
We'll
like-
move on.
I like you honestly, Larry the Bristol Bar DJ. You've not seen Larry for about a year, 2 years
Oh,
now. But
Larry.
how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Long time no see.
I'm on my way to Las Palmas with work. And my head is like, it's up his backside. Then Sherrington.
At least he's got the Las Palmas.
At least I'll be there in the sunshine. Where the sun don't shine.
Basically, people are saying that Van Bronckhorst is coming to the club, but that does look good. There's one there, Natalie Parson. If he stayed until 56, put 40 million in the pot and left, he'd go with my best wishes. That's what I'm saying. This sucks. There's not a lot we can do about it. There's people putting the names in.
Tam Wiley says ASG will sink down south.
I'll try and do a poll after the show to tell us who you think should be the manager, who you'd like to see. But I think that the overwhelming opinion on here has been Gio Van Bronckhorst.
Gio. Hopefully we have a manager within the next 24 hours.
I think the club need to act swiftly, although don't act swiftly unless it's the right man. It needs to be the right person. We're 4 points clear. We're doing well, but they 4 points could quite easily go quite quickly if you get the right guy. And that could be withdrawals or anything like that. Get the right man with the right attitude. The fans will, the one thing that's guaranteed, the fans will back whoever it is. That's a big one. Jamie McDougall, this one. We can only criticise where it's due. Leaving a club rudderless only 3 months into the campaign with a huge incentive financially to gain through Champions League.
Feel a bit shafted for sure.
Feel for sure, and taking his whole staff with him. No excuses, in my opinion. Feels like a dear John letter. Thanks for stopping 10 and that. Blah blah blah. Moves on. I'm not going to swear.
I know.
But no, I agree with you, Jamie. It's basically why he's left the club. 100%.
That's the same. No surrender. We move on.
Lindsay's right. Whoever comes in after him can lead us to 56. Steven Gerrard isn't good. We need to keep our beliefs. The main thing is we're Rangers fans. We'll always be Rangers fans. If anybody's as a Stevie Gerrard fan and only supported the club for Gerrard, then that's fine. Go and move on. We don't really care. But the club's got to progress at all times, and I think we will.
Nice to see you. I'll come through and see you soon, Lawrence.
Who's that? Okay. Who was?
He certainly surrendered. He did, but we don't.
Well done providing the show. Kind of reminds me of the Homer Simpson's death routine. Stage 7 when he was. When we've all got to go sometime. It's like, you know, we kind of sat and felt sorry for certain everything else. We had a wee chat last night and I said, you know what, if Rangers decide, if Rangers make a statement, if we don't make a statement, the fans are all want to talk about it, let's have a wee show tomorrow night. But then we woke up to that news this morning.
Devastated this morning, but hey ho, I feel better about it tonight.
Aye, and the fans are they're supportive to the names that have been put out there. They're all good names.
I know. Oh well, let's move with it. Right, you wrapping up, guys?
Aye, so guys, we missed loads of comments out tonight. We apologise
Sorry
for that.
if you missed your comment, but there was far too many to go back. We won't be with you on Tuesday night. We'll see you a week on Tuesday. And always remember, we are the people.